Hi, my name is Tamara Mena, and I was paralyzed when I was 19. The night of my accident, we were on our way to Rosarito Beach, and we were so excited to just go have fun. We decided to grab a taxi in Mexico. The last thing I remember is that we were going on the highway pretty fast. I was behind the taxi driver. My boyfriend Patrick was next to me, and unfortunately we crashed with a horse that was just randomly standing in the middle of the road. The impact from this was fatal. The horse fell on top of the roof and crushed the roof all the way down to sea level. It's really a miracle that I survived. Unfortunately, my boyfriend Patrick and the taxi driver both were instantly killed. I felt like I was going crazy. I couldn't understand what happened. Losing Patrick was the biggest pain. So for him and for me, I chose to move forward. I just knew I wanted to make the best of this second chance that I got. Just remember that you're not a victim, you're a survivor. And those words marked my life forever. I was hooked to a ventilator. I couldn't walk, I couldn't move. The hardest thing was that I couldn't talk. I lost my voice for a month and a half. My lungs collapsed and I had to have a trach. From this experience, I really truly cherished my ability to talk, just my ability to communicate once I was able to get my voice back. And I knew I wanted to use my voice for something positive. Through this journey, one thing led me to another and another. And if I told my young self what I'm doing now, I wouldn't believe it. After my accident, I knew I was gonna go back to college because college was my number one priority. It was beyond difficult going back to school in a wheelchair. I was very sick the first 2 years, so it was very tough to stay motivated. The day I graduated with highest honors with communication and became the first commencement speaker at CSU Stanislaus in a wheelchair was amazing. I just felt like all of the struggles, all of the hospitalizations, all of the difficult things I went through, it was all worth it. I delivered a motivational speech in front of 10,000 people, and I will never forget that day. It was like such a rush, and that sort of led me to my first TV appearance, which I will never forget. It was Sábado Gigante with Don Francisco, which was like so cool. And I started to do more TV interviews, such as El Hormiguero in Spain. I was at the doctor's, and I remember being on these TV shows and people started to tell me, you should be on TV, you should think about doing this, you're so good, you're so natural. I started to think, wait, there isn't a host in a wheelchair with a disability that I knew of. And I was like, why? And I started to pursue that. So I did my audition, my hosting talent, and then I revealed the wheelchair, and they were so shocked. I will never forget their faces. They'd never seen a woman in a wheelchair with a disability on their show. So many negative stereotypes. I think that is one of the hardest things from being in a wheelchair or now having a disability. Not only the physical barriers that are often in our society that make it hard for us to be fully independent, but also, or even more so, people's negative perceptions and limitations that they put on me and many people with disabilities. Social media is a big platform for me to raise awareness about all of these issues, about accessibility, about lack of inclusion, awareness about spinal cord injuries, about disabilities, because the reality is you never think it can be you. I hope that all of us as a community, we can continue to push those boundaries and show people how much talent there is within us, because we deserve to be seen more. We deserve to be represented. I believe every person deserves to see themselves represented in the media in a positive and powerful way to change people's minds, people's hearts, to inspire people, to motivate people to live life to the fullest, regardless of their conditions, and to never give up.